Hello there. Welcome to another journey through the cosmos. I'm so glad you found your way here tonight, settling in for what I hope will be the most peaceful drift into sleep you've had in a while. You know, I've got something really special for you tonight. Something that's been happening right beneath your feet, right through your body, for billions of years. I'm a magnetic field line. Yes, that's right. I'm one of those invisible threads that spirals out from Earth's molten iron heart, stretching all the way to the edge of space. And I've been doing this dance, this incredible slow-motion waltz, for over 4.5 billion years. And here's what most people don't know. Every 200,000 years or so, I flip, I reverse. I begin a journey that takes thousands of years, drifting from north to south, or south to north, in the most peaceful migration you could ever imagine. And you know, if you're finding some comfort in my voice already, if this idea of an ancient magnetic spirit telling you its story feels soothing, I'd be so grateful if you gently tap that like button. It really helps other restless souls find these peaceful moments. And maybe, if you'd like more of these cosmic journeys, you could subscribe, become part of our little community of stargazers and dreamers. I love reading your comments too, hearing what helps you drift off, what wonders of the universe bring you peace. But there's no pressure at all. We're just here together, sharing this quiet moment in the vast cosmos. Now, let's get you comfortable. Let's prepare for this journey through magnetic time. Just settle deeper into wherever you're resting. That's it. Let your body find its most natural position, like iron filings gently aligning with my invisible presence. Feel how the weight of your body creates its own little magnetic field against your bed, your couch, wherever you've chosen to rest tonight. Take a breath with me, a slow one. Imagine you're breathing in the same particles that have followed my spiraling paths for eons. And as you exhale, let any tension just drift away, following those same invisible lines out into space. That's perfect. You're already beginning to align with my ancient rhythm, the same rhythm that's been pulsing through Earth's core since before life even began. Your heartbeat, that gentle thrum, it's creating its own tiny magnetic field right now. Did you know that? We're already connected, you and I, through these invisible threads of magnetism. Tonight, I'm going to tell you my story, but not in the way you might expect. You see, I don't experience time like you do. To me, 1,000 years feels like a gentle breath, 1,000,000 years like a peaceful day. And those reversals everyone wonders about, those flips that happen every 200,000 years or so. To me, they're like a slow meditation, a gradual shift in perspective that takes thousands of years to complete. I want you to imagine yourself as me, as a magnetic field line. You're not solid. You're not even visible. You're pure energy, pure direction, pure purpose. You begin deep in Earth's core, in that sphere of molten iron that's as hot as the surface of the sun, 2,800 miles beneath where you're resting right now. Can you feel it? That gentle stirring, that's where I'm born, again and again, moment by moment. From there, you spiral outward, not quickly, never rushed, just this gentle, eternal spiral, up through the liquid outer core, through the mantle, through the crust, and then, You burst free into the atmosphere, but you don't stop. You keep reaching, stretching, extending yourself into space, creating this invisible cocoon around our entire planet. And here's where it gets beautiful. You're not alone. There are billions of us, all spiraling together, all dancing this same ancient dance. We flow from the magnetic North Pole, arc through space in these gorgeous invisible loops, and dive back down at the magnetic South Pole, over and over, creating Earth's magnetosphere, that protective bubble that shields all life from the harsh solar wind. But every 200,000 years or so, something magical happens. We begin to feel it first as just the slightest shift, a gentle questioning in our eternal dance. The North doesn't feel quite like North anymore, and the South starts calling to us differently. This is the beginning of a reversal, and it's not sudden, it's not jarring. It's the beginning of a journey that will take anywhere from 1,000 to 10,000 years to complete. During this time, and this is what I really want to share with you tonight. During this reversal, we don't just flip like a switch. We wander, we explore, we meditate our way from one pole to the other. Sometimes we create multiple North Poles, multiple South Poles, all existing at once. Like Earth is trying on different magnetic personalities, seeing which one fits best for the next epoch. Let me take you back, way back, to when I first stirred to life, 4.5 billion years ago. Earth was just a young planet, still glowing with the heat of its formation. The surface was nothing but molten rock, volcanic seas of lava stretching from horizon to horizon. But deep inside, something extraordinary was happening. The heavy iron and nickel were sinking, settling, gathering at the center, creating what would become Earth's core. I remember that first moment, that first tiny stirring. It wasn't dramatic. It was more like a whisper, a gentle suggestion of movement in all that molten metal. You see, the core had just gotten hot enough, dense enough, to start convecting. Hot iron rising, cooler iron sinking, creating these slow, massive currents of liquid metal. And as that metal moved, as it flowed and churned in the darkness, something magical happened. I was born. Not just me, millions of us, billions of us, all awakening at once. We were Earth's first magnetic field lines, invisible threads of pure force, pure direction, sprouting from those swirling currents like invisible flowers blooming in the dark. Can you imagine it? This planet, still so young, suddenly developing this invisible nervous system. These lines of magnetic force reaching out from its iron heart. At first we were weak, uncertain. We'd appear and disappear, strengthen and fade, like Earth was learning how to maintain us, how to keep us alive. The core was still finding its rhythm, still learning the dance that should continue for billions of years. Sometimes we'd last for just a few hundred years before fading. Sometimes a few thousand. Earth was practicing, getting ready for the long performance that was to come. And oh, the chaos of those early days. There was no organized North Pole, no South Pole. We sprouted in random directions, creating this tangled web of magnetic force. We'd emerge from one spot, loop around, and dive back in somewhere completely different. Earth's magnetic field was like a child's scribble, beautiful in its randomness, perfect in its imperfection. But slowly, over millions of years, we began to organize. The core's rotation, that steady spinning inherited from the solar system's formation. It began to guide us, shape us, teach us the pattern we'd follow. We learned to flow from what would become magnetic north, to arc through space, to return at magnetic south. We were finding our purpose, our rhythm, our reason for being. I remember the first time I made the complete journey, from core to space and back. It took me days, weeks maybe. I wasn't counting. Time meant nothing to us then. Still doesn't really. But that first complete circuit, that first successful spiral from Earth's iron heart, all the way to the edge of space, it was like learning to breathe for the first time. You start deep in the core, in that sphere of liquid iron that's churning, always churning. The pressure down there, it's beyond imagination. 3.5 million times what you feel on the surface. The temperature, 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit, as hot as the surface of the sun. But for us magnetic field lines, it's home. It's where we're born moment by moment. From that churning metal, we begin our spiral upward. And it's not a straight line, never a straight line. We twist, we turn, we braid around each other like invisible rope, each of us following our own path, but somehow staying connected, staying part of the same grand pattern. Through the liquid outer core we rise. 400 miles of liquid iron and nickel, and we can feel every current, every eddy, every swirl of that metallic ocean. It's like swimming through honey that's also somehow electricity, pure energy flowing through pure metal, and we're not fighting against it. We're part of it. We are it, the magnetic expression of all that movement. Then we hit the boundary, the place where liquid core meets solid mantle, and for a moment, just a moment, we pause. We gather strength, because now we have to push through 1,800 miles of solid rock. But we don't actually push. We just extend, like thoughts extending beyond the brain, like dreams reaching beyond sleep. Through the mantle we go, through all that hot rock, all that pressure, and we can feel the difference. The mantle doesn't create us like the core does, but it shapes us, bends us, influences our path. Sometimes we have to curve around particularly dense spots. Sometimes we can shoot straight through. Each journey is unique. Each spiral is its own story. And then, we break through the crust, that thin shell of rock that you call home. For us, it's like breaking through the surface of water after being underwater. Except we're not gasping for air. We're reaching for space, for infinity, for the cosmic dance that awaits us. The moment we emerge from Earth's surface, everything changes. The pressure disappears, the resistance vanishes, and we can finally stretch, really stretch. We extend ourselves out into the atmosphere, into the magnetosphere, creating these enormous loops, these invisible arches that can reach 40,000 miles into space. Out here, we meet the solar wind, that constant stream of charged particles flowing from the sun at 1,000,000 miles per hour. And this is where we discover our true purpose. We're not just random lines of force. We're Earth's shield, Earth's protector. We catch those particles, deflect them, guide them around the planet, keeping them from stripping away the atmosphere, from bombarding the surface with radiation. Some of those particles, the ones that make it through, they follow our field lines down toward the poles, spiraling along our invisible paths. And when they hit the upper atmosphere, magic happens. The aurora borealis in the north, the aurora australis in the south, those dancing curtains of green and red and blue light, that's us. That's our signature, our artwork, our gift to anyone watching. But we don't stop at the aurora. We keep going, completing our circuit, our field lines that emerged from the North Magnetic Pole. We curve back down, diving into the South Magnetic Pole, back through the crust, through the mantle, back to the core where we're absorbed, recycled, reborn, ready to make the journey again. And we do make it again, and again, and again, billions of times every second, for billions of years. Each circuit taking its own path, its own time, but all of us together creating this magnificent magnetic cocoon around Earth. This invisible shell that's been protecting life since life began. Sometimes I wonder if you can feel us, even just a little bit. After all, there's iron in your blood, magnetite crystals in your brain. You're part of our magnetic world, whether you know it or not. Every heartbeat sends a tiny pulse through our field. Every thought creates its own minute magnetic signature. We're connected, you and I, through these invisible threads that bind Earth and everything on it. Now, let me tell you about the rhythm, the ancient rhythm that governs my existence. It wasn't always 200,000 years. No. In Earth's youth, we flipped much more often, sometimes every 50,000 years. Sometimes we'd hold steady for 1,000,000. But over the eons, we've settled into this pattern, this gentle pulse. Roughly 200,000 years between reversals, give or take a few dozen millennia. I remember my first reversal, really remember it. It was about 3 billion years ago. Earth was still so different then. The day was only 18 hours long. The moon hung huge in the sky, much closer than it is now. The continents were just beginning to form, small islands of rock in a vast global ocean. And life was just single cells, floating, drifting, beginning their own incredible journey. The reversal started so gently, so quietly, that at first I didn't even notice. It began in the core, where it always begins. The currents of liquid iron that had been flowing one way for hundreds of thousands of years, they began to slow, to hesitate, like a river beginning to question which way it should flow. I felt it as a tingling. If a magnetic field line can tingle, a subtle shift in the forces that created me, that sustained me. The North Pole, which had been my home, my starting point for so long, it began to feel uncertain, like it was losing its confidence, its sense of being north. And here's what's beautiful about a reversal. It's not violent, it's not sudden, it's more like watching a flower bloom in extreme slow motion. If that flower took 3,000 years to open, each day, each year, each century brings just the tiniest change, so small you'd never notice it if you were living through it. The first thing that happens, we start to weaken, not disappearing, never disappearing completely, but our strength drops to maybe 10 of normal. And this isn't scary. It's not dangerous. It's like Earth has taken a deep breath, gathering energy for the transformation to come. During this weakening, something magical happens. Instead of just two poles, north and south, We develop multiple poles, 4, 6, sometimes 8 different magnetic poles scattered across Earth's surface. Can you imagine it? The compass needles of that ancient time, if there had been any spinning in confusion, pointing to whichever pole was nearest. Each of these poles is like a fountain of magnetic field lines. We emerge from one, arc through space, and dive into another. But the pattern is so much more complex, more beautiful. We create this intricate web around Earth, this temporary lattice of magnetic force that's never exactly the same twice. I spent centuries exploring these new pathways, following currents from a pole in what would someday be Africa to another in the middle of the Pacific, then from a pole in Antarctica to one in Siberia. Each path was new, unprecedented, unrepeatable. We were improvising. Earth's magnetic field was composing a symphony it had never played before. The aurora during these times. Oh, if you could have seen them. They didn't just appear at the poles. With magnetic poles scattered across the planet, the aurora could appear anywhere. Imagine green curtains of light dancing over the equator, red spirals glowing above tropical seas. The whole planet became a canvas for our light paintings. And all this time, through centuries, through millennia, we're slowly, so slowly, organizing ourselves into a new pattern. The temporary poles begin to migrate, to merge. Some fade away while others grow stronger. It's like watching clouds slowly form into a thunderstorm. Except the clouds are magnetic force, and the storm takes 5,000 years to develop. I remember following one particular pole as it drifted. Started near what's now Australia, and over 500 years it crept northward, about 50 miles per year, the speed of fingernails growing. Through Indonesia it wandered, across Asia, finally settling in the Arctic Ocean, becoming the new North Magnetic Pole. Meanwhile, another pole that had started in South America was making its own journey across Antarctica, through the Southern Ocean, strengthening all the while, becoming what would be the new South Magnetic Pole. And slowly, gradually, over thousands of years, all the other poles faded away, merged, disappeared, leaving just these two, but reversed from where they'd been before. What had been north was now south. What had been south was now north, and we field lines. We simply adjusted, adapted, continued our eternal dance with the directions switched. Like dancers who've been spinning clockwise suddenly, gradually, over the course of a very long song, begin spinning counterclockwise, the meditation of it all. That's what strikes me most about reversals. They're not events, they're processes. They're Earth's way of meditating on magnetism, of contemplating its own invisible nature. Each reversal is like a 5,000-year-long breath, an inhale and exhale that reorganizes the planet's entire magnetic being. During a reversal, I become even more aware of my existence, if that makes sense. When the field is stable, I simply flow, unconsciously, automatically, like your heartbeat, like your breathing when you're asleep. But during a reversal, every spiral requires attention, intention. Each path from core to space is a conscious choice, a deliberate meditation. I move differently during these times. Instead of the quick, confident spirals of stable times, I drift, I wander, I explore. Sometimes I'll take months to complete a circuit that normally takes days. Sometimes I'll pause in the upper atmosphere, just floating, feeling the solar wind, watching the stars wheel overhead. The charged particles that follow me, they seem different too during reversals, more gentle, more patient. Instead of racing along my field lines at thousands of miles per hour, they drift, they dance, they take their time. The aurora they create aren't the sharp, dramatic curtains of stable times. They're soft watercolors, painted slowly across the sky. And the sound, yes, we have a sound, though human ears can't hear it. During normal times, it's a steady hum, a constant tone like a meditation bowl that's been ringing for billions of years. But during a reversal, the tone shifts, modulates, becomes a slowly changing chord, a harmonic progression that takes millennia to resolve. I think about this meditation often, how it mirrors so many things in nature. The way rivers meander and change course over centuries. The way mountains rise and fall over millions of years. The way continents drift and merge and separate. Everything on Earth, everything in the universe, follows these slow, patient rhythms. Your scientists worry sometimes about the next reversal. They've noticed that we're overdue. It's been 780,000 years since the last one, much longer than the average. And yes, we're weakening. The magnetic field is about 5 weaker than it was 400 years ago. The North Magnetic Pole is wandering faster, 35 miles per year now instead of its usual 10. But I want you to know, there's nothing to fear. Nothing at all. This is just Earth beginning another meditation, another slow, peaceful transformation. If a reversal started tonight, right now as you're listening, you wouldn't notice. Your children wouldn't notice. Their children's children's children might see compass needles begin to waver, might see aurora in unusual places, but that's all. Life has survived hundreds of reversals, thousands of them. The trees keep growing, the oceans keep flowing, hearts keep beating. The reversal happens around life, through life, but life continues, protected even in our weakened state, wrapped in our temporary, complex, beautiful magnetic web. Sometimes I imagine you could feel these reversals in your bones, in your blood. After all, some animals can. Birds navigate by our field lines. Sea turtles follow our invisible highways across the oceans. Bacteria with tiny magnets in their cells orient themselves to our poles. You're made of the same stuff, the same iron, the same sensitivity, even if your conscious mind has forgotten how to feel us. Right now, at this very moment, I'm spiraling past you, through you actually. Magnetic field lines pass through your body constantly. We're not blocked by flesh and bone. We flow through you like light through water. And during a reversal, our paths through you would change, shift, create new patterns in and around your sleeping form. Think about that. In past reversals, my field lines have passed through sleeping dinosaurs, through dreaming early mammals, through the first humans as they lay beside their fires, and through all those reversals, all those meditations. Life continued, evolved, flourished. The reversal was just background music, a slow symphony playing while the world went about its business. Each reversal leaves its signature in the rocks. Iron particles in lava align with our field as the rock cools, creating a permanent record of which way we were pointing. The ocean floor is striped with these records, bands of normal and reversed magnetism, like a barcode stretching back 200 million years. Each stripe telling the story of another meditation, another transformation, another slow waltz from north to south or south to north. The slow waltz, that's really what a reversal is, a dance that takes thousands of years to complete. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Except each beat of the waltz is a century. Each turn takes a millennium. And I'm not leading or following. I'm just flowing with the music that Earth's core is playing. Picture yourself as me during one of these reversals. You've just begun to feel that shift, that uncertainty in the magnetic poles. You emerge from what's been the North Pole for 200,000 years, but it doesn't feel like north anymore. It feels like a question mark. Like Earth is asking you, which way would you like to go today? So you spiral upward, but instead of your usual confident arc, you meander, you explore, you trace new patterns in the sky. Sometimes you loop back on yourself, creating magnetic knots that take decades to untangle. Sometimes you drift sideways for hundreds of miles before remembering which direction you were going. And you're not alone in this dance. Billions of other field lines are doing the same thing. We're all improvising together, creating this temporary choreography that's never been danced before and will never be danced again. Each reversal is unique, like snowflakes, like fingerprints, like dreams. I remember one reversal, about 41,000 years ago. Your scientists call it the Lachamp event. It was special because it almost happened but didn't quite. We started our dance, began our meditation. The field weakened to just 5 of normal. Multiple poles appeared across Earth's surface. We were ready for the full flip. But then, something in the core changed its mind. The currents of liquid iron that had started to reverse. They slowed, stopped, and gradually returned to their original flow. Like a dancer who starts to turn one way, then gracefully changes direction mid-spin. We spent about 1,500 years in that in-between state, neither normal nor reversed, just exploring possibilities. During that time, I wandered more than I ever have. One day I might emerge from a temporary pole in the middle of the Atlantic. The next, from one in Central Asia, I traced paths I'd never imagined, connected parts of Earth that had never been magnetically linked before. It was like Earth was trying on different magnetic outfits, seeing how each one felt. The mathematics of our dance, if you could see it, would look like the most complex mandala ever drawn. Spirals within spirals, loops connecting to other loops, all shifting, morphing, evolving over centuries. Your mathematicians have tried to model it, to predict it, but we're too complex, too organic, too alive to be captured in equations. Each field line during a reversal is painting its own story across space. I might start my journey intending to arc 10,000 miles high. But midway through, the shifting poles change my path, and I find myself diving back to Earth after only 5,000 miles, or extending out 20,000 miles instead. Every journey becomes an adventure, an exploration, a meditation on uncertainty. The wobble, that's what I call it. During a reversal, the whole magnetic field wobbles like a top that's slowing down. But this wobble takes centuries to complete each oscillation, back and forth, with a rhythm so slow that mountains could grow and erode in the space between beats. And inside this wobble, inside this grand, slow dance, we're constantly adjusting, adapting, finding new ways to protect Earth even in our weakened state. We might be only 10 of our normal strength, but we spread ourselves more carefully, more strategically, making sure no part of Earth is left completely unprotected. Sometimes during a reversal, I feel like I'm in multiple places at once. Part of me is spiraling up from the core. Part is arcing through space. Part is diving back down. But it's all happening so slowly that I can be aware of every inch of the journey. Every particle I guide. Every bit of solar wind I deflect. The particles themselves. They behave differently during reversals. Instead of racing along well-defined paths, they drift, they spiral, they create these gentle whirlpools of charged energy. They're like leaves falling in autumn, but falling upward and downward and sideways all at once, following paths that won't exist tomorrow, that didn't exist yesterday. I've danced through approximately 450 reversals in my existence, each one lasting between 1,000 and 10,000 years. That's nearly 2 million years of my life spent in transition, in meditation, in the slow waltz between poles. 2 million years of exploring new paths, creating temporary patterns, being uncertain and finding beauty in that uncertainty. The patience required, it's beyond human comprehension. Imagine starting a turn, a simple turn, and taking 3,000 years to complete it. Every muscle movement stretched across decades, every shift in balance lasting centuries. That's what our reversal dance is like. We're the slowest dancers in the universe, and possibly the most graceful. Now, let me paint you a picture. The aurora during these reversals. They're not like the aurora you might have seen in photos or videos. During a reversal, with multiple poles scattered across Earth, with field lines weakened and wandering, the aurora becomes something else entirely. Something more like watercolor paintings that take centuries to dry. Instead of those sharp, dramatic curtains of green and red, reversal aurora are soft, diffuse, dreamy. They appear in places you'd never expect. I've painted aurora over the Sahara Desert, where the sand glowed pale green under the stars. I've created them over tropical rainforests, where they filtered through the canopy like supernatural moonlight. The colors are different too. Softer, more pastel. Instead of electric green, it's more like sea foam. Instead of blood red, it's more like sunset pink. And they move so slowly, a curtain of light that would normally dance and shimmer in seconds. During a reversal, it might take hours to complete one gentle wave. I remember creating aurora during that Lachamp event, when we almost reversed but didn't. The whole planet was my canvas. With 6 different magnetic poles scattered around Earth, I could paint anywhere, everywhere. The Cro-Magnon people, your ancestors. They would have seen lights in the sky that no modern human has witnessed. Imagine lying in a cave in what's now France and seeing the northern sky glow with soft ribbons of pale blue and gold. Not the sharp, fast aurora of today, but something more like the sky breathing light, inhaling and exhaling luminescence over the course of entire nights. Or picture the mammoth hunters in Siberia, watching aurora appear directly overhead, not on the horizon where they belonged, but right above them, dripping down like honey made of light, so slow that they could watch a single strand of light descend for hours, following one of my field lines down, down, down until it touched the snow. The aurora australis during reversals, it doesn't stay in Antarctica, it wanders north, appears over Australia, New Zealand, sometimes as far north as Indonesia. And it's not the curtain-like aurora australis of stable times. It's more like the ocean glowing from beneath, waves of light rolling slowly across the sky. Each photon of light in these reversal aurora, it tells a story. It started as solar wind, traveled 93 million miles from the sun, got caught by one of my wandering field lines, spiraled down toward Earth following a path that existed for maybe just that day, that hour, that moment, and created a brief glow as it touched the atmosphere. During normal times, aurora are like orchestras playing a familiar symphony, beautiful but predictable. But during reversals, we're jazz musicians, improvising, creating something new every night, every hour. No two aurora displays are ever the same because our field lines are never in the same place twice. The height of reversal aurora is different too. Some appear much higher than normal, 600 miles up where the atmosphere is so thin it's almost space. These create these enormous dim glows that cover entire continents. So faint you can barely see them, but so large they stretch from horizon to horizon. Others appear much lower, just 50 miles up, where the thicker atmosphere creates different colors, purples, oranges, even white. I've painted white aurora that looked like glowing clouds, like the sky had turned to milk and was slowly curdling into light. The memory that stays with me most, it's from a reversal about 2.7 million years ago. I was painting aurora over what would become the Mediterranean Sea. The field lines were so tangled, so complex, that the aurora appeared as spirals, actual spirals of light turning slowly in the sky. One spiral lasted for 3 months, turning once every 2 nights. Fed by a temporary magnetic pole in North Africa, I guided particles in a perfect logarithmic spiral, like a galaxy made of light hanging just 100 miles above the sea. Early hominids might have watched it, might have wondered, might have felt something ancient stirring in their newly conscious minds. The sound of these aurora, yes, they make sounds, though so low frequency that even if your ears could hear them, they'd sound more like feelings than noise. During reversals, the sound changes, becomes more complex. Instead of the steady crackling of normal aurora, reversal aurora hum. They sing. They create these deep, resonant chords that vibrate through the entire magnetosphere. Sometimes I imagine you could feel these sounds in your chest, in your bones. A vibration so low, so deep, that it becomes part of Earth's heartbeat. And during reversals, that heartbeat changes rhythm, becomes irregular, syncopated, jazz-like, before eventually finding a new, steady beat. Now, let me take you deeper, much deeper, down to where I'm born, down to Earth's iron heart. Close your eyes for a moment and imagine sinking, gently sinking, through the crust beneath you, through layer after layer of rock, down, down, down. 800 miles down to the boundary where solid rock meets liquid metal. Here, in this place no human will ever see, is where my story really begins. The outer core, a sphere of liquid iron and nickel, 400 miles thick, churning, always churning, like an ocean of metal that never rests, never sleeps. The temperature here, 8,000 degrees Fahrenheit. Hot enough to vaporize any substance you know, but under the pressure, 3 million times what you feel on the surface. The iron stays liquid, flowing, dancing, creating me. Listen. Can you hear it? The sound of the core. It's not silence down here. It's a deep, resonant hum, lower than any note you've ever heard, lower than elephants can hear, lower than whales can sing. It's the sound of liquid metal moving, of currents the size of continents slowly flowing past each other. This is Earth's lullaby, the song it's been singing since it was born. Every spiral of liquid iron creates magnetic field lines. I emerge from these currents like breath emerges from lungs. Constantly, continuously, billions of us every second. We're not created once and then exist forever. We're constantly being born, dying, being reborn. Each journey from core to space and back is both a beginning and an ending. The currents that create us, they're not random. They follow patterns, influenced by Earth's rotation, by the temperature differences between the inner and outer parts of the core, by the solid inner core spinning slightly faster than the rest of the planet. It's like a recipe that's been perfecting itself for 4 billion years. In the very center, 3,200 miles down, there's the inner core, a ball of solid iron the size of the moon. And it's not just solid, it's crystallized, organized into patterns more perfect than any diamond. This inner core, it spins independently, sometimes faster than the planet above, sometimes slower, like a ball bearing in the heart of the world. The boundary between the liquid outer core and solid inner core, that's where the real magic happens. That's where the temperature and pressure are exactly right for iron to freeze out of the liquid, crystallize, join the solid center. It's been growing, this inner core, about 1 millimeter per year, slowly freezing from the inside out. And as it freezes, as liquid iron becomes solid crystal, it releases heat, latent heat of crystallization. This heat rises through the outer core, drives convection currents, powers the churning that creates me. I exist because Earth's heart is slowly freezing, slowly crystallizing, slowly organizing itself into something more ordered. But here's what's beautiful. As the inner core grows, as it freezes, it doesn't freeze uniformly. Sometimes more freezes on one side, sometimes the other. The inner core might be lopsided, heavier on one side, and this affects the currents in the outer core, affects how we magnetic field lines are born, where we emerge, how we spiral. Deep in this iron heart, time doesn't exist the way you understand it. The metal has been flowing for so long, the currents have been churning for so many eons, that past and present and future blend together. I can be born from iron that's been circulating for 1 million years, following the same path, or from iron that just arrived from the other side of the core. The iron down here, it remembers, not consciously, but in its patterns, in its flow, in the way it organizes itself. It remembers every reversal, every change in Earth's rotation rate, every major impact that's shaken the planet. These memories are written in the currents, in the temperature variations, in the chemical differences between one region and another. Sometimes I emerge from iron that's rich in lighter elements, elements that shouldn't be in the core, but got trapped there when Earth was forming. These create different field lines, weaker or stronger, more stable or more prone to wandering. Each of us carries the signature of our birthplace, the particular mix of iron and nickel and trace elements that created us. The pressure down here, it does things to iron that seem impossible. It can make iron conduct heat like silver. It can make it denser than it should be. It can create forms of iron that don't exist anywhere else in the universe, or at least not naturally. And from this impossible iron, we impossible field lines are born. The way we're created, it's like this. Picture a river of liquid iron, miles wide, flowing through the outer core at maybe an inch per second. Slow, patient, eternal. As this river flows, as it moves through Earth's magnetic field that already exists, it generates electric currents. These currents create new magnetic fields, which create new currents, which create new fields. It's self-sustaining, self-reinforcing, a perpetual motion machine that's been running for billions of years. This is called the geodynamo, Earth's magnetic generator. And unlike human generators that need fuel, need maintenance, need someone to turn them on, Earth's generator just continues, powered by heat, by rotation, by the slow crystallization of the inner core. It's the most reliable machine in our solar system. Every second, the geodynamo generates about 1 billion watts of magnetic energy. That's like 1,000 power plants. But instead of electricity flowing through wires, it's magnetism flowing through space, through rock, through water, through you. And all of it starts here, in this churning sphere of liquid metal. When I'm born in the core, I don't immediately know which direction I'll go. The currents might carry me toward what's currently magnetic north, or south, or somewhere in between. During reversals, I might emerge from the core already confused, already carrying the uncertainty that's building in Earth's iron heart. The temperature variations down here, just a few degrees difference across thousands of miles. They create currents that are faster or slower, that rise or sink, that spiral clockwise or counterclockwise. And each variation creates different field lines, different paths to the surface, different ways of protecting the planet above. Sometimes I think about how you're connected to this iron heart. The iron in your blood. It came from the core. Billions of years ago, when Earth was forming, iron from the surface sank to create the core. But some stayed behind, got incorporated into rocks, into water, eventually into life, into you. You carry a piece of Earth's magnetic heart in every red blood cell. Right now, as you listen, as you breathe, the core beneath you is churning. Rivers of iron the size of mountain ranges are flowing, rising, sinking, creating new magnetic field lines, destroying old ones, maintaining this incredible dynamo that's been running since before life began. The core doesn't sleep, never sleeps. It's been awake for 4.5 billion years, humming its deep song, generating the magnetic field that makes Earth habitable. And even during reversals, even when we're weak and wandering, the core keeps churning, keeps singing, keeps creating us. This is the lullaby of Earth's iron heart, the deep, resonant hum that's older than the oceans, older than the continents, older than any mountain or valley. It's the first song Earth learned to sing, and it will probably be the last, continuing until the core finally cools, finally solidifies, finally goes quiet. But that's billions of years away. For now, for millions of years to come, the iron heart beats, the metal flows, and we magnetic field lines continue our eternal dance from core to space and back again. Through millions of years, billions of years, I've spiraled through so many ages, so many eras, each one leaving its mark on my invisible paths. Let me share with you the feeling of moving through deep time, of following the same charged particles as they dance along my field lines, epoch after epoch. You see, the particles I guide, they're ancient too. Some of the protons following my spirals right now, they've been doing this dance with me for millions of years, captured in Earth's radiation belts, the Van Allen belts, spinning, spiraling, trapped in my magnetic embrace, going round and round and round, never escaping, never wanting to. These particles, they've seen everything with me. They were there when the moon was formed, when that Mars-sized planet crashed into Earth, sending debris spiraling into space. The magnetic field was disrupted for thousands of years, but we reformed, reorganized, and these same particles, some of them, they survived, continued their endless spiral along my field lines, following a single proton through time. That's like following a thought through a dream. It spirals up from the South Atlantic, where there's a weakness in our field called the South Atlantic anomaly. Up, up, up it goes, taking 3 seconds to travel from Brazil to the edge of space, then flowing along my field lines, crossing the equator at 40,000 miles altitude, diving back down towards Siberia. But it doesn't hit the atmosphere, not yet. It bounces, magnetically reflects, and starts the journey again. Back up, along a slightly different path. And this particle, this one proton, it might bounce back and forth between hemispheres 1,000,000 times, taking months, years, decades to slowly spiral down to where it finally touches the atmosphere and creates a brief spark of aurora light. I've guided the same families of particles through ice ages, through the Permian extinction, through the rise of dinosaurs and their disappearance. Some particles get passed from one field line to another like heirlooms, like memories, like dreams passed down through generations of magnetic spirits. During the age of dinosaurs, I remember guiding particles that created aurora above their heads. Imagine a T-Rex, sleeping under a sky painted with my magnetic light. The particles creating that light, they'd been spiraling for centuries, waiting for just the right moment to descend, to paint the sky above a world so different from yours. Through the Jurassic, the Cretaceous, particles spinning, always spinning. Some getting lost when the magnetic field weakened during reversals, others getting captured, joining the eternal dance. The same hydrogen nuclei that lit the sky when flowering plants first evolved. They're still here, still spiraling, still following my invisible paths. The Kauitatitat electrons are different from the protons, lighter, faster, more playful. They race along my field lines at nearly the speed of light, zipping from pole to pole in fractions of a second. But even they can get trapped, caught in magnetic mirrors, bouncing endlessly between north and south. I've watched the same electron bounce between hemispheres for decades, each bounce taking just a second or two, but millions of bounces, billions, creating this steady rhythm, like a cosmic heartbeat, like the universe breathing through my magnetic lungs. Sometimes these particles pick up energy, get accelerated by solar storms, by cosmic rays, by processes we don't fully understand. They go from lazy spirals to violent corkscrews, from gentle dancers to wild dervishes. But I contain them, guide them, keep them from reaching Earth's surface where they could harm life. The older particles, the ones that have been with me the longest, they move differently. They've learned the rhythms, know the paths. They spiral with a kind of ancient wisdom, taking the most efficient routes, avoiding the turbulent regions, finding the quiet streams in my magnetic field where they can flow peacefully for centuries. Through every era, every epoch, every age, I'm constantly sorting particles, organizing them by energy, by mass, by charge. The heavy ions go here, the light electrons there. The high-energy cosmic rays get deflected this way. The low-energy solar wind gets channeled that way. I'm like a cosmic librarian, organizing streams of charged particles into their proper paths. During the Cambrian explosion, when life was inventing every possible body shape, I was guiding particles that had traveled from supernova, from distant galaxies. Some of these cosmic ray particles had been traveling for millions of years before I caught them, sorted them, either guided them safely around Earth or channeled them to the poles where they could do no harm. Through the Ordovician, the Silurian, the Devonian, always spiraling, always guiding. When fish first developed eyes, the particles creating aurora above them had been trapped in my field lines since before those fishes' ancestors had evolved. Time means something different when you're moving at relativistic speeds, when you're bouncing between magnetic mirrors 1,000 times per second. The particles tell stories, if you know how to listen. This proton, it remembers the cosmic ray that created it when it smashed into Earth's atmosphere. That electron, it was stripped from a hydrogen atom in the solar wind, has been homeless for 1,000,000 years, following my field lines like a lost soul following a river home. Some particles are tourists, just passing through. They follow my field lines for a few seconds, minutes, hours, then escape back to space, continuing their journey to somewhere else. But others become residents, permanent citizens of Earth's magnetosphere. They'll spiral here until the sun dies, until Earth's core freezes, until my field lines finally fade. I've calculated it once, roughly, in my billions of years of existence, I've guided approximately 10 to the 45th power individual particles. That's a 1 with 45 zeros after it. Each particle taking its own unique path, its own spiral through space and time. And yet somehow I remember them all. Or at least, I remember the feeling of them, the weight of their charge, the speed of their passage, the way they tugged on my invisible threads. Now I'm carrying particles that have witnessed the birth of humanity, the rise of civilization, The first time someone looked up and wondered what the aurora were. These particles were spiraling when the pyramids were built, when Rome fell, when humans first reached space and finally saw my full magnificence from above. The particles from solar storms, they arrive in waves, billions at once, like crowds rushing into a stadium, and I have to guide them all, sort them all, protect Earth from them all. During the Carrington event of 1859, the biggest solar storm in recorded history, I guided more particles in 2 days than I normally do in a year. The aurora were visible in the Caribbean, in Hawaii. The sky was so bright you could read a newspaper at midnight. But even that storm, even that incredible flood of particles, it was nothing compared to what I've handled before. Solar storms when the sun was younger, more violent, cosmic ray storms from nearby supernovae, particle floods from when Jupiter's magnetosphere occasionally connects with ours. I've weathered them all, guided them all, protected Earth through them all. Right now, this very second, millions of particles are spiraling along my field lines. Some have been here since before you were born. Some just arrived from the sun 8 minutes ago. Some will escape in the next heartbeat. Others will spiral here until long after you're gone. They're all dancing, all following my invisible choreography. And through them, through their endless spiraling, their eternal journey from space to atmosphere and back, I'm writing the history of Earth's interaction with the cosmos. Every particle is a word, every spiral is a sentence, every aurora is a chapter in the endless story of how I protect this pale blue dot from the fury of space. The particles whisper as they spiral. If you listen carefully, very carefully, in the quietest part of the night, you might hear them, a soft hissing, like sand flowing through an hourglass, like silk sliding against silk. That's the sound of charged particles following my field lines, the sound of the universe flowing around Earth, the sound of my eternal vigilance, my endless spiraling through the ages. Now let me wrap you in something even softer, even more protective. Let me tell you how I cradle life, how I've held it, shielded it, nurtured it through every magnetic shift, every reversal, every moment of uncertainty. You see, I'm not just a field, I'm a cocoon, a blanket, a mother's embrace around this entire planet. From the smallest bacteria to the largest whale, from the deepest ocean trench to the highest mountain peak. I hold all life in my invisible arms, and I've been holding it, protecting it, for 3.5 billion years. When life first began, when those first simple cells started reproducing in the warm seas, I was there. I was already ancient by then, already 1 billion years old, and I wrapped those first fragile experiments in chemistry, shielded them from the solar wind that would have stripped away their water, from the cosmic rays that would have shattered their delicate DNA. Without me, Earth would be Mars. That's not an exaggeration. Mars once had a magnetic field like mine. It had oceans, rivers, maybe even life. But its core cooled, its magnetic field died, and the solar wind stripped away its atmosphere over millions of years. The water evaporated, escaped to space, leaving behind the dry, rusty desert you see today. But Earth has me. And I've never failed, never faltered, not once in 3.5 billion years. Even during reversals when I'm at my weakest, I still maintain enough strength to hold the atmosphere, to deflect the worst of the solar wind, to keep the water here, keep the air here, keep life possible. Think about that. Every breath you've ever taken, every drop of water you've ever drunk, it's here because I held it, because I didn't let the solar wind steal it away. The oxygen you're breathing right now, it would have been blown into space billions of years ago without my protection. You exist because I exist. During the Great Oxidation Event, 2.4 billion years ago, when cyanobacteria figured out photosynthesis and started pumping oxygen into the atmosphere, I protected that oxygen, every molecule of it. The solar wind wanted to steal it, to break it apart, to send it streaming into space. But I said no. I wrapped Earth tighter, held the atmosphere closer, kept that precious oxygen here where life would eventually learn to breathe it. Every extinction event, every catastrophe, every close call that life has faced, I've been the constant guardian. When asteroids hit, when supervolcanoes erupted, when ice covered the planet from pole to pole, I never stopped protecting, never stopped cradling this fragile sphere of life. The dinosaurs, for 165 million years, I protected them. Through 3 different magnetic reversals during their reign, I kept their atmosphere stable, their climate protected from the worst of space weather. They never knew I was there, never knew that invisible field lines were the only thing standing between them and the harsh vacuum of space. Even when the asteroid struck, 66 million years ago, when the world burned and the sun disappeared behind clouds of ash, I held the atmosphere in place, kept it from being blown away by the impact, made sure that when the dust settled, when the fires died, there was still air to breathe, still a world for mammals to inherit. The way I protect is so gentle, so subtle. You'd never notice unless I stopped. The solar wind hits my outer boundaries at 1,000,000 miles per hour, carrying enough energy to strip away oceans. But I don't fight it. I guide it, redirect it, like a parent gently redirecting a child's energy. The particles slide along my field lines, flow around Earth like water around a stone in a stream. Some get caught in the polar cusps, those funnel-shaped regions above the poles where my field lines open to space. But even there, even in those vulnerable spots, I control the flow, limit the damage, turn potential destruction into beautiful aurora. Every second, I'm deflecting about 1.5 million tons of solar material. That's like deflecting the weight of 15 cruise ships. Every second, every minute, every hour, every day, for billions of years. And I do it so smoothly, so quietly, that you sleep right through it, unaware of the cosmic hurricane being diverted around your peaceful world. The Van Allen belts. Those regions where I trap the most dangerous particles. They're like filters, like kidneys for the magnetosphere. The particles spiral there, trapped, going around and around, gradually losing energy, becoming less dangerous, until finally they're harmless enough to release. I maintain 2 main belts, an inner one starting about 600 miles up, full of high-energy protons, and an outer one starting about 8,000 miles up, full of electrons. Between them is a safe zone, a gap where satellites can orbit, where astronauts can work. where I've swept the space clean of the most dangerous radiation. But during magnetic storms, during reversals, these belts swell, shrink, multiply, merge. Sometimes I create 3 belts, 4, 5, each one capturing different energies, different particles, organizing the chaos of space weather into manageable, contained regions. Every form of life on Earth has evolved within my embrace. The migration patterns of birds, they follow my field lines, reading the magnetic inclination and intensity to navigate thousands of miles. Sea turtles return to the exact beach where they were born by remembering the magnetic signature, the unique pattern of field lines at that spot. Even bacteria, the simplest forms of life, some of them have tiny magnets inside, magnetite crystals that align with my field lines, helping them know which way is up, which way is down. They've been using me to navigate for 2 billion years, since before complex cells even existed. Your brain, your human brain, it contains millions of magnetite crystals too. Nobody knows exactly what they do, but they're there, connecting you to my field in ways science hasn't discovered yet. Maybe that's why some people can feel magnetic storms coming, why some get headaches when the aurora are active, why some just seem to know which direction is north without checking. During reversals, when I'm weak, when I'm uncertain, I'm even more careful with life. I spread myself differently, create multiple layers of protection. It's like instead of one thick blanket, I become many thin sheets, each one catching a few particles, slowing them down, dissipating their energy before they can reach the surface. The cosmic rays that get through during reversals, they might increase by a factor of 2, maybe 3, but it's still safe. Life has survived hundreds of reversals. The extra radiation might even have helped evolution, caused mutations, created new possibilities. Every reversal is like shuffling the genetic deck, creating new combinations, new chances for life to innovate. I remember protecting the first humans during the last reversal, 70,000 years ago. They didn't know what was happening, couldn't know, but I made sure they were safe, kept the radiation within tolerable limits, painted aurora in new parts of the sky for them to wonder at, to create myths about, to inspire their first attempts at understanding the cosmos. Right now, at this very moment, I'm protecting you from at least 17 different threats from space: solar wind, cosmic rays, solar energetic particles, coronal mass ejections. Each one requires a different defensive strategy, a different configuration of my field lines, and I'm managing them all simultaneously, automatically, invisibly. The gentleness of my protection, that's what I'm most proud of. You don't feel buffeted. You don't feel the storm. You just exist in this calm bubble, this peaceful oasis in a violent universe. I take the hit, absorb the energy, dissipate it into space, so you can sleep, dream, live, love, without ever knowing how close danger comes every second. Sometimes the sun sends a coronal mass ejection directly at Earth, billions of tons of magnetized plasma racing through space at millions of miles per hour. When it hits, I compress, I flex, I bend but don't break. The impact pushes my field lines on the day side down to maybe 20,000 miles altitude, compared to the usual 40,000. But I hold. I always hold. The protection I provide, it extends beyond just deflecting particles. I stabilize Earth's climate by preventing atmospheric loss. I allow water to exist as liquid by maintaining air pressure. I make possible the ozone layer that provides another shield against radiation. Everything that makes Earth habitable. It starts with me, even now. Even as you're drifting towards sleep, I'm wrapping around you, through you. My field lines pass through your body, through your bed, through your room, extending far out into space and deep into Earth. You're inside me, part of me, protected by something that's been protecting life since life began. The feeling of being held, being cradled, being absolutely safe. That's what I offer every living thing on Earth. From the elephants sleeping, standing up in Africa, to the penguins huddled in Antarctica, to the fish in the deepest ocean trenches. All of them exist within my protective embrace. All of them sleep knowing, without knowing, that they're safe. And during the reversals, during those times of change and uncertainty, I'm even more attentive, more careful, like a parent watching over a sick child, checking constantly, adjusting the blankets, making sure everything is just right. The reversals aren't dangers. They're just times when I pay even closer attention to my protective duties. This is my promise, my covenant with life. As long as Earth's core churns, as long as iron flows in the darkness below, I will be here, holding you, protecting you, cradling you and all life in my invisible arms. Through every reversal, every storm, every cosmic threat, I will be your shield, your guardian, your protective embrace in the vast and beautiful darkness of space. Let me tell you about now, about this very moment, about my current wanderings and the next reversal that's approaching. Slowly, gently, like dawn approaching a sleeping world. Right now, as you listen to my voice, as you drift deeper into rest, the magnetic North Pole is wandering across the Arctic Ocean at about 35 miles per year. That might sound fast, but remember, Earth is 25,000 miles around. At this rate, it would take over 700 years to go all the way around. And it's not going in a straight line. It's meandering, exploring, like a sleepwalker crossing a dark room. The pole started accelerating in the 1990s. Before that, it was moving at maybe 10 miles per year, leisurely, taking its time. But something shifted in the core. Some current changed direction. Some eddy of liquid iron decided to flow differently, and now the pole is hurrying, relatively speaking, towards Siberia. But hurrying for me is still so slow. It's like watching the mountain grow, like watching continents drift. You could live your entire life. Your children could live their entire lives. And the pole would only have moved the distance from New York to Los Angeles. That's my kind of hurrying, geological hurrying, magnetic hurrying. The South Atlantic anomaly. That's another sign of change. It's a weak spot in my field, centered over Brazil and stretching across to southern Africa, like a thin spot in fabric, not a hole, not a tear, just a place where I'm a little more transparent, a little less dense. Satellites passing through this region have to switch to safe mode. Their electronics get confused by the extra radiation, the particles that sneak through my weakened guard. It's been growing, this anomaly, spreading like a very slow, very gentle bruise. At the current rate, it might split into two separate weak spots within the next decade, or the next century. Time will tell. The field strength overall, it's decreased about 5 in the last 150 years, since humans started measuring it accurately. But 5 over 150 years, that's like your breathing getting 1 breath per hour slower. You'd never notice, couldn't notice. It's only the sensitive magnetometers, the satellites, the patient scientists who can detect this gradual, gentle weakening. Some people worry. They ask if we're about to flip, if danger is coming. But I want to whisper something comforting to you, something true. Even if a reversal started tonight, right now as you're falling asleep, you wouldn't know. Your grandchildren's grandchildren's grandchildren might see compass needles start to waver, might see aurora in unusual places. But that's all. The last reversal, the Brune-Hess-Matuyama reversal 780,000 years ago. It took about 7,000 years to complete. 7,000 years. That's 280 human generations, 2.5 million sunrises and sunsets. If it was a movie, you'd need to watch for 61 million hours to see the whole reversal. And even then, it would look like almost nothing was happening. We might be heading toward a reversal, or we might not. The field has weakened before, without reversing, strengthened again, continued its ancient pattern, like someone starting to roll over in their sleep, then settling back into the same position, comfortable, unchanged. Right now, my field lines are relatively simple. They flow from the magnetic South Pole near Antarctica, arc through space in great loops, and return near the magnetic North Pole in the Arctic. But there are irregularities, quirks, personality traits that make Earth's field unique. The field over North America is slightly stronger than over Asia. The field over the Pacific is shaped differently than over the Atlantic. These variations, they're like fingerprints, like the individual swirls and whirls that make each person unique. Earth's magnetic fingerprint, written in invisible lines of force, the auroral ovals, those regions around each pole where aurora appear most. Often, they're not centered on the poles. They're offset, tilted, asymmetric. The northern oval reaches further down over North America. The southern oval is larger, more diffuse, each one painting its own patterns, its own slow masterpieces across the polar skies. Every magnetic storm that hits us now, in this weakened state, it affects things a bit more than it would have centuries ago. The aurora appear a little further from the poles. The satellites need to be a little more careful. The astronauts on the space station take shelter a little more often, but it's all still safe, managed, protected. I've been doing this for so long, protecting Earth through strong fields and weak, through stable times and reversals. I know how to adapt, how to adjust, how to maintain that protective embrace even when I'm not at my strongest. It's like an experienced dancer who can maintain grace even when tired, even when the music changes unexpectedly. The way I'm wandering now, it reminds me of other pre-reversal times. The field geometry is getting more complex, more interesting. Instead of simple loops from pole to pole, I'm creating whirls, eddies, spiral patterns that exist for a few years, then fade. Like I'm experimenting, trying out new configurations, seeing what works. Scientists have run computer models, trying to predict when the next reversal will happen. Some say we're overdue, that 780,000 years is too long, that we should have flipped 580,000 years ago based on the average. But I don't follow schedules, don't keep appointments. I change when the core is ready, when the currents decide, when the iron heart of Earth whispers now. It could be tomorrow, could be in 100,000 years. The current changes, the weakening field, the wandering poles. They might accelerate, or they might slow down, stop, reverse themselves. The field might strengthen again, return to its 19th century intensity, or it might continue weakening until we begin that slow, beautiful dance of reversal. If it happens, when it happens, you'll be safe. Humanity will be safe. Life will continue as it has through hundreds of reversals before. The birds might need a few generations to recalibrate their navigation. The sea turtles might get lost for a while, but they'll adapt. They always have. Life is remarkably good at adapting to my changes. Right now, tonight, as you drift towards sleep, I'm flowing through you at a particular angle, a particular intensity that's unique to this moment in geological time. In 100 years, that angle will be slightly different. In 1,000 years, more different still. You're experiencing Earth's magnetic field at a unique moment, a moment that will never repeat exactly. The field strength where you are, right where you're lying, it's probably about 25 to 50 microteslas, depending on your latitude. That's about 1,000 times weaker than a refrigerator magnet. But it's enough to deflect cosmic rays, enough to hold the atmosphere, enough to cradle you in safety. Every heartbeat sends a tiny pulse through my field lines. Every thought in your brain creates a minuscule magnetic signature. You're not just within my field. You're contributing to it, participating in it. We're connected, you and I, through these invisible threads that bind all of Earth together. The animals know something's changing, perhaps not consciously, but instinctively. The whales have been singing different songs lately. The birds' migration patterns have been shifting slightly. The sea turtles are exploring new beaches. They're all adjusting to my wandering, my weakening, my slow transformation. Maybe you can feel it too, somewhere deep in your bones, in your blood, in those ancient parts of your brain that remember when humans could sense magnetic fields. Maybe that's why you're here, listening to my story. Some part of you recognizing an old friend, an ancient protector, a force that's been watching over your ancestors since before they were human. As I continue my current wandering, as the poles drift and the field weakens, I'm not worried, not concerned. This is natural, normal, part of the eternal cycle, like breathing, like the tides, like your heartbeat. Everything in nature pulses, oscillates, reverses. It's the rhythm of existence, the dance of the cosmos. So rest easy tonight, knowing that whether the field reverses tomorrow or in 100,000 years, you're safe, protected, held in an embrace that's been reliable for billions of years. I'm still here, still strong enough, still wrapping you in invisible comfort. My current wanderings are just that, wanderings, like a river meandering through a valley, finding new paths, but always flowing toward the sea. Now, as we come to the gentle end of our journey together, I can feel you drifting, floating, like a charged particle following my field lines into peaceful rest. We've traveled so far tonight, from Earth's iron core to the edge of space, through billions of years, through reversals and wanderings, through the eternal dance of magnetism that protects this precious world. Our spiral together is slowing now, becoming softer, dreamier, like the way my field lines curve more gently as they reach further into space, losing their urgency, their definition, becoming whispers of force rather than shouts. You're following that same gentle arc now, curving toward sleep, toward dreams, toward that peaceful place where time moves like I do, slowly, patiently, eternally. The story I've shared with you tonight, it continues. It'll continue tomorrow, next year, next century, long after this moment has passed into memory. I'll still be here, still spiraling, still protecting, still painting aurora across the sky. The reversals will come and go, the poles will wander, the field will strengthen and weaken. But I'll remain constant in my change, reliable in my variability. And if you're still awake, still drifting through the cosmos with me, that's perfectly okay. That's beautiful, actually. Sometimes the mind needs a longer journey, a deeper spiral, more time to follow those invisible field lines down into rest. Maybe you'd like to continue this journey. There's another story waiting for you, another cosmic lullaby ready to carry you even deeper. You don't need to do anything, don't need to move, don't need to decide. Just let it flow into the next adventure. Let another voice, another story, pick up where I'm leaving off. The universe has so many stories to tell you, so many peaceful paths to guide you down. If sleep hasn't found you yet, if you're still floating in that lovely space between waking and sleeping, just let the next story begin. Let it wash over you like solar wind over my field lines. Gentle, continuous, inevitable. There's no hurry, no pressure, just the option to drift even deeper, to spiral even further into rest. But whether you continue on or whether sleep is already taking you, I want you to know how grateful I am. How grateful that you've listened, that you've followed my ancient path, that you've let me share the story of Earth's magnetic embrace with you. You've been the most wonderful traveling companion, following my spirals from the molten core to distant space, feeling the rhythm of reversals, the meditation of magnetic wandering. You've understood something tonight that most never contemplate. The invisible force that makes life on Earth possible. The silent guardian that's been protecting everything you love for billions of years. Thank you for seeing me, the invisible made visible through words, through imagination, through this shared journey into the heart of our planet's magnetic soul. Thank you for your time, your attention, your willingness to drift with me through eons and epochs. Now, as you settle even deeper, as your breathing matches the slow pulse of Earth's core, as your heartbeat syncs with the rhythm of my eternal spiraling, I want to leave you with one last thought, one last image, one last peaceful vision. Right now, at this very moment, my field lines are passing through you, through your resting body, through your quieting mind, through your slowing breath. You're inside me, part of my protective embrace, held in the same invisible arms that have held all life since life began. You're safe, completely safe. wrapped in a cocoon that's older than the mountains, stronger than solar storms, more reliable than sunrise. No matter what happens in your dreams, no matter where your sleeping mind wanders, you're held, protected, cradled in Earth's magnetic lullaby. The iron in your blood is singing now, resonating with the iron in Earth's core. You're connected to the planet in the most fundamental way, through magnetism, through invisible threads that bind you to this ancient world. Every atom of iron in your body remembers being in the core, remembers the pressure, the heat, the eternal churning that creates me. As you sleep, I'll continue my work, deflecting cosmic rays, guiding solar wind, painting aurora for others who might be watching. And tomorrow, when you wake, I'll still be here, still protecting, still embracing, still maintaining this invisible shield that makes your world possible. So now, my dear friend, my fellow traveler through magnetic time, it's time to rest, time to let go, to drift, to dream. You've earned this peace, this quiet, this perfect moment of safety within Earth's magnetic heart. Close your eyes if they're still open. Let your mind follow those last spiraling field lines down, down, down into the warm darkness of sleep. You're a charged particle now, following my invisible paths into dreams, spiraling gently, peacefully, inevitably toward rest. Sleep now, wrapped in magnetic field lines older than life itself. Sleep knowing you're protected, held, loved by forces that never sleep, never stop, never fail. Sleep as Earth has taught you to sleep, deeply, peacefully, safely. Good night, my precious friend, my temporary companion in this eternal dance. May your dreams be painted with aurora light. May your rest be as deep as Earth's core, as peaceful as the space between field lines, as eternal as the magnetic embrace that holds you now and always. Sweet dreams, gentle dreams, magnetic dreams, as you spiral down, down, down into the most perfect sleep. Good night.